I'm Ali GREYMOND. I'm an expert in OCD recovery because for the last 19 years, I've been helping people fully recover from OCD. If you would like to do personal coaching with me, all the information is on youhaveocd.com. You can sign up from there. Let's talk about the key areas where you can reduce rumination very quickly. Number one, do not let yourself isolate. So, depending on your situation, whether you're isolating in your room or in your house, that's all gonna lead to OCD coming in more easier and attacking you more. So try to be around people, try to be busy. Whatever you need to get done, even if you have to make a list and start getting it done. That every day you're fairly busy. Not to the point of extreme, because then that can kind of like go into too much stress and make the situation worse. But I would say moderately busy. So not 10 out of 10, but good 7 out of 10. Number two, no more online research about whatever it is you are afraid of. No more. No more ChatGPT, no more Reddit, all of your favorites. Gone. That's it. No more. These are the easiest thing you can implement in order to stop yourself from being set back in recovery. Again, let me remind you that your level of rumination will equal to your upcoming levels of your anxiety, current and immediate future. So if you choose to do all these things that we just mentioned, like the bad of them, right? The isolating, the online research, your anxiety is going to get worse. If you choose to listen to what I'm saying and reduce, your anxiety is going to get better. And then it's going to be easier for you to continue to implement more and more things. Another thing, no more talking to other people about your thought and fear of the day. Do not discuss OCD. If you have family members who are very worried for you, sit them down and tell them that you giving me reassurance, saying everything is going to be okay with my thought of the day is not productive. It's making me worse. It needs to stop. And if you guys have that understanding when you are in the more okay state, then when you're in a bad state and you come to them for reassurance, like a drug addict coming from a new for a new fix, they will say no. So that's really important to have that support system. And if you haven't talked to your family about it, there's two things here. Yes, your loved ones have the right to know how you are feeling. Generally speaking, like, are you okay? Are you not okay? But the details of that become reassurance, right? So if you just say something generic, like, I'm working on it, I'm fixing it, that's probably enough, right? We don't need to go further than that. Another thing, live your life as if you're already recovered. So don't do too many avoidances or changes in your life. The avoidances thing, I'll do a separate video on it. But with avoidance, the one thing you have to understand is if you choose not to avoid something that you did avoid because of OCD, right? That's a good thing. But the main question is what happened after you chose not to avoid. Because if after you chose not to avoid, you spent the rest of the day ruminating about what happened and ruminating about the situation, you just made your OCD worse. So the follow through after refusing avoidance is the most critical part. And if you're not certain, or at least have a kind of fair amount of certainty that you will do good follow through, then maybe that avoidance is for now a little bit out of reach in your recovery. You'll get there, but maybe not right now. So with avoidances, the response prevention afterwards is critical. Because anytime you face an avoidance, it's an exposure, right? And if you do exposure and instead of response prevention, you do response a lot, you're actually making the OCD worse. So I just want you to be careful with that. But outside of that, try to live your life normal. Shower, change clothes, have places to go to. If you've been in the OCD for a while, a lot of the times when I start working with clients, they've been in a bad place for a while and they don't really have a lot of friends and they don't have a lot of activities that they go to. Start building that up. The easiest thing and the best for the brain, I always say, is the gym. because it will give you something to look forward to. It's a process. Yeah, you start to, instead of researching OCD online, you can research gym stuff online. You know what I mean? So these things really, really help. Or whatever hobby you have, it really doesn't matter. But physical activity will just help with the process. It's not a make or break. If you ruminate the entire physical activity, you'll still be in the same place. But if you are doing the right things, plus adding other good behaviors such as physical activity, it will speed up your process for sure. And even the idea of going out, because when you go out, you have to get ready, you have to be prepared to go, and all of that, which also sidetracks your brain from sitting on your bed, researching, listening to what people are saying about OCD and being in that zone. You know what I mean? So the busier you are, the more active you are, the more you're disregarding. So whenever you have that thing that comes in, whether as a thought or as a feeling, you have a choice of what you're going to do. If you choose to ruminate and if you choose to get into it, your OCD will only get worse. But if you choose to say, hey, this is my thought number 1 million, I've had a similar one last week, I'm making a choice not to react. I'm making a choice to view it as OCD. And do this continuously. Thank you for listening. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you would like to do private coaching with me, please sign up through youhaveocd.com. I'll see you tomorrow.